What's up everyone? Today marks the start of a series on my channel that I've been wanting to make for a while now, the Road to Top 10. One of the many ways to improve at Gw2 PvP is to really dive into all the different classes and specs and learn more about them. This helps you understand them, which in turn also helps you kill them. So as a part of my journey to making top 10 during a ranked season, I've decided to play 100 matches on each class, starting with Ranger. And if I end up really liking the class, who knows, I might even play 1,000 matches. So, full disclosure, Ranger is one of the few classes in the game that I have literally almost never touched. The amount of knowledge I had about Ranger during the footage you're watching here is literally zero, which you can obviously tell by the skill level being displayed here. I started out playing Druid because the archetype piques my interest, and I have a good buddy who swears by it in World vs. World. So I thought, let's try this out in PvP. I've seen a handful of good Druid players running around, despite Druid not really being meta, so I wanted to see if I could figure it out. Unfortunately, I ended up eating a lot of dirt. So it turns out that I'm terrible with managing my pets, and I also had no clue how to use the Celestial Avatar on Druid, which is basically the main perk of the Druid Elite specialization, so I needed some help. Despite Elementalist being my original main for a long stretch of time back in the day, you know, the class that has 30 billion skills to manage at any given time, simply adding a few extra mechanics for Ranger was absolutely throwing me off. On top of that, I didn't really have a tried and true tested PvP build, so I was trying to basically theory craft something that worked while learning what worked on the class. An absolute recipe for disaster. You can't start out as a master chef, right? You have to work up to it by learning one simple recipe at a time. After all, that's the point of this entire challenge. I need to learn something that is already established as good so that I can get a true grasp of what Ranger brings to the table, not try to figure things out on my own. So I took a brief visit to one of Boyce's streams on Twitch and grabbed myself a solid, freshly cooked Condi Soulbeast build. I hopped back in the arena and started grinding out some more matches. After eating dirt for a few days, I actually started to understand the class quite a bit more. I could even win some of my 1v1s, and the build felt much stronger than what I'd been messing with on Druid. But I still had one major problem. I wasn't enjoying the class. Even though I saw the potential of Condi Soulbeast and was starting to win duels, the playstyle just wasn't for me. See, I really enjoy playing classes like Thief and Willbender because they're fast-paced and have a lot of mobility, but Condi Soulbeast is just lacking that. I like to be able to roam freely around the map or run circles around the enemies I'm kiting if I choose to, so I ultimately reached a standstill on Ranger. But that's when everything changed. Ran into a gentleman in the War Pigs Discord by the name of Oh the Awesome, who was running a staff Druid build in an unranked match. I was playing against him on my Willbender and he seemed near unkillable. Every time I got his health low, he would just utilize some kind of heal and be full health again, but he still dealt reasonable damage. So I reached out to him asking for the build and he gave it to me. I experimented with and modified the build to my liking until I came up with something that I thought worked extremely well. I was immediately able to win most of my 1v1s even against some strong builds, or builds that I was losing to while playing other classes. I could even 1v2 and 1v3 extremely well if I was playing the build correctly and kiting and juking properly. The only real threat I came across was Catalyst, which that build pretty much counters everything right now in a 1v1, so I wasn't too worried about that. After more and more experimentation in Unranked, I started to realize that the build was actually super capable. It brings a lot of healing and cleanse to the table and lots of repositioning, especially through the use of Celestial Avatar, which by this point in time I was comfortable utilizing. On top of that, my absolute favorite thing about the build is that it brings lots and lots of mobility. Staff 3 covers a massive distance and Sword brings 2 separate leaps. This, paired with going in and out of Celestial Avatar for stealth and super speed, allows you to kite extremely well and to cover long distances in short periods of time. I even ran a pet that gives swiftness so that I could rotate as fast as possible when I need to. So yeah, that's my experience so far on Ranger. I'm really enjoying the class, especially this Druid build, and I think I'll stick with it for quite a while. Who knows, I might even take it to 1,000 matches and beyond.